Hey everyone, Grant here for the Flame Learning channel. In this video, we're going to look at a new naming token when it comes to naming segments in a sequence. This will allow you to set your own start number, define the number padding, as well as the increment increase when it comes to the numbering of each segment. This will work in all sequences, including the sources sequence and shot sequence if you're using the Connected Conform workflow. If you wish to follow along, all you need to do is string some segments together in a sequence and we'll start from there. All the segments I have assembled in this sequence currently use their original file name as their segment name. To rename a segment, just right-click on it for the contextual menu. As a reminder, rename shot is a secondary name for the segments if you are performing the shot publishing workflow for VFX distribution. If you want to know how that works, please check out the video on the shot publish workflow. In most other cases, to rename a segment, simply select Rename. The Rename pop-up window appears, and you can rename the segment. Now that is only one segment. If you want to rename a collection of segments, you simply select the range of segments using Shift and click, and call up the contextual menu. The Rename window now tells you that you have multiple elements selected. You can type in your shot name. At this point, every segment will have the same name. So to give each shot a unique name, you could use the naming tokens. These variables will generate the name of the segment based on the variety of metadata available. For example, you could use source media properties like resolution, etc., or you could even use sequence properties like the track numbering. A good token to use is segment index. This will number the segments in their current order within the sequence. Click Rename. So each segment within my selection has a name, and their numbering is based on their ordering in the sequence. In this case, it is 1 through 7. You can combine as many tokens as you like to give each segment a really unique name. So that's really easy. But let's say that you wanted the numbering to start at a specific number, and you wanted each segment's numbering to increment more than 1. This might be for personal or production reasons. For example, you might want the first clip to start at 500 and then increase in 100. This can be done, but instead of using something like the segment index token, you use the custom index token. Ensure your clips are still selected and call up the renaming window. Delete the segment index token from the pattern if the previous renaming is still present. This time, call up the token list and choose Custom Index. The new token consists of hashtags, the @ symbol, and a plus symbol. These symbols control 3 variables as part of the custom token. The @ symbol represents the start number of the first segment. So let's go with our example of starting the segment naming at 500. Change the number after the @ symbol to 500. The plus symbol represents the incrementing. So let's increment the number by 100 each time. Change the number after the plus symbol. Finally, the hashtags represent the number padding. It defaults to 2 hashtags, which sets the padding to 2. Since we're going into the thousands, let's increase the number of hashtags. As you do this, you can see the padding increase in the preview window. Click Rename, and the selected segments will be renamed based on the custom token. Please note that the custom index token is baked once it is applied. This is unique compared to the other naming tokens. For example, when using the renaming window again, you will initially land up with the name of the segment rather than the custom index token that was set earlier. Now you can mix multiple tokens into the name, as well as place them anywhere within the naming pattern. So you can create any naming structure you want. One final tip is if you have multi-layering like this, you could perpetuate the name of the background clip to the tracks above. This allows you to keep track of the segments if you were to strip them out of the sequence. Select the two segments and call up the contextual menu. Choose Rename one more time. In the Tokens pull-down menu, choose the background name token. This matches the same name as the background segment. Now to differentiate each of these segments from each other, add a space after the token and click the Add Token pull-down list again. Choose the track token. So each segment in the multi-layer stack will have the same name, but each segment will also include their track number, allowing you to tell them apart. I also want you to enable Dynamic. This is a good idea because using Dynamic will automatically adjust the segment name if the name below is updated or if the segment below is changed. Click Rename. In the sequence, you can see the segment naming in the multi-layers, and now we know all these segments will form part of this multi-layer effect. Customizing the segment naming is a great way to keep track of your segments in the sequence. And as you have seen with the Flame 2018 products, you can now control the numbering, incrementing, and padding using the custom index token. Be sure to check out the other features, workflows, and updates to the Flame 2018 products. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Flame Learning channel for future videos.